My name is Dr. Stephen Isberg. I'm the chair of the accounting department at Towson University. This is my first year at both Towson University and as chair of the department. So I am particularly excited to be doing this for the first time. I'm joined today by Dr. Aru Rao, who is one of our faculty members in the department, and Ms. Megan Bem, who is our advisor, the advisor and professional development partner for all accounting majors in the College of Business. Ms. Yuki Wan, who is one of our distinguished students, and our administrative assistant, Ms. Tammy Rainwater, who is in many respects the face of the department because she will be the first person that you see when you come into the departmental offices. So our purpose here today is primarily to answer any questions that you have about Towson University, about the College of Business and Economics, and in particular about the accounting department, the accounting program, and what the accounting program looks like, what your experiences would be like, and what you might eventually do with an accounting major. Okay, so I see one question: is accounting a good thing to major in? And what's the average pass rate for the CPA? Okay, so those are two questions that we'll start with. Before we get to those questions, what I'm going to ask is that each one of the panelists say a few words about who they are. And as we get to Dr. Rao and Yuki and Megan, if you could drop in some comments on whether or not you think the accounting major is a good major. As you do your introduction, you could make some comments about that. As far as specific pass rates on the CPA exam, we'll come to that, come back to that when we're done with the introductions. So Dr. Rao, why don't you say a few words and we'll move into the session.
Okay, I'm Dr. Rao. I have been teaching accounting what seems like all my life, a very long life, but it's a passion of mine, and I love teaching, and I have managed to stumble upon the best thing, two things that I can get together, that is accounting and teaching. So obviously I'm a little biased over here, but definitely I would say of the majors that you could get in the business school, accounting is an awesome major because it can open it opened doors to all the other fields, all the other disciplines. So it's not uncommon that you will see that you'll have a CFO in a company who started out as an accountant. You'll have people in marketing who started out as accountants. So it's really a great major, and definitely in terms of job security, you can't beat that. With that said, I teach financial accounting. And I wanted to ask Stephanie and Ethan, do either of you have any accounting background in your high school? As in, have you taken any business classes? Do you have any exposure to accounting? For the past few years, I've been working with freshman students, and that in particular is a lot of fun because I see students as soon as they come into into Towson University. So I'm a freshman advisor. I do the academic advising, and I also kind of coach you through getting acclimated with the business field and accounting in particular. I'm also a certified fraud examiner, and that again is a really fun area for me to teach. And I also practice. I have a small practice on the side, a very small practice, but again, it's something that we in the accounting department are all really proud of. We have lots of people, faculty members who are CPAs. They work with big accounting firms. Some of them still work in accounting firms. They have their own practice. So that's probably the best blend you can get in the business school. You have people who have PhDs in accounting, who are passionate about teaching, but are also CPAs. So in terms of guiding you through the CPA, yeah, definitely we are here for you. So financial accounting is my area. I teach fraud and forensic, and I do taxes on the side, and I also have volunteered with the volunteer income tax program with the IRS. So Towson is a great place to be, and with our student organizations, which our student will talk to you about, it's absolutely a phenomenal major to get started your career in. So with that, I'll pass it on to who next?
So I've noticed that one of the respondents has come back and said, yes, we have accounting 1 and 2 in high school. So it's interesting. We're seeing more and more students coming in with an accounting background.
Mhm.
So our next panelist that I'd like to have introduce herself is Megan Bem. Megan is our professional development partner within the college, and she'll have some interesting insights on the value of an accounting major. And Megan, why don't you go ahead and let us know?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Megan Bem. As Dr. Isberg said, I'm the what we call professional development partner for the accounting department. And basically what that means is I'm an academic and career resource for you as you navigate the accounting major, accounting internships, and all of that. I've been at Towson for 7 years, and I've seen a lot of things change over the years. I've particularly enjoyed working with the accounting department. It has a great set of faculty, great leadership, great students. And so it's really been a pleasure of mine to be working with this group. Is accounting a good thing to major in? Absolutely. As Dr. Rao said, it's a kind of a gateway into all areas of business. What I particularly like with our accounting degree is you still get the business fundamentals. So you still have to have knowledge in marketing and finance and management and operations. But then you obviously get more into the details of what accounting means and the different areas of accounting. So we have a lot of great resources within the college, obviously within the university, but student organizations that really help you to network, help you to get to know other people with common interests. As I said, the faculty are very knowledgeable in practice. So I think it is a great major, and I'm not just saying that out of bias. I'm not an accountant by trade. I say I'm an accountant by proxy, but I've learned a lot from the department, and we're all here to help. I will start to deal with students more as you become sophomores. Once you've gotten your introductory year at Towson underway, I'll really be there to help you start plan out your long-term academics and start introducing you to resources to find internships and things like that.
Thank you, Megan. So our next panelist I'd like to call upon is our student Yuki Wan.
Hi, I'm Yuki Wan. I'm a junior double major in accounting and business system process with a minor in finance. I do think accounting is pretty good major because just through these years, I found Towson provides lots of resources to students, and you're not only able to develop your professional skills, but also your softer skills. And you can join different accounting organizations such as Beta Alpha Psi, NABA, TUSA. This is all the organization that you can meet the people in the different major or the people in the business major. And also through this organization, you're able to meet the company directly. They have some people to come to give a presentation, and this will be a great opportunity for you to launch an internship. And Towson also have some different career fairs, such as accounting open house, CBE career fair. Although this fair, they are not only companies there, but also they have some pretty good organization, and you're able to get a chance to go to some leadership conference, such as MACPA conference. And during the conference, you're able to meet the top leaders and learn not only about leadership, but also network, build connection with people there. So I do think accounting is pretty good major.
Okay, Tammy, also, she joins us as a departmental administrative assistant, but she also happens to be an accounting major herself. So if you could chime in on some of your experiences. So she'll sympathize with everybody who comes into the office.
Yes, I can definitely sympathize. Luckily, we work with a bunch of great professors, and I actually enjoyed the classes. I was able to take them online, but I had the benefit of having a tutor right next to me. So we do have tutoring sessions for the lower level as well as some of the upper level classes. And I was able to take advantage of that, so that helped me a lot. I also had a great professor that I could talk to, which is Dr. Rao. She was my professor for 2 of my classes. And I also took the tax class, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And I think that's the direction I may actually go. So, but other than that, my role, just to let you know, is when you come in, I will be the one that will have the smiley face for you, help calm you down when you come in, let you know that you're okay, and put you in the right direction of who you need to speak with, or if there's something that we need to do in the interim. So I'm looking forward to seeing our new students coming up this fall.
So one question that's come in is, well, there are two actually. How does the accounting major differ from some of the other majors, and what would we be doing as accounting majors? And then what kind of careers do accounting majors pursue? The accounting major at Towson University is slightly different from the other College of Business majors in the sense that the accounting degree is a standalone Bachelor of Science in Accounting degree. So it's a separate degree program. If you are involved in other major programs in the College of Business and Economics, you're actually earning a bachelor's degree in business administration with a specialization in that other area, such as finance or management or marketing. So the accounting degree itself is a standalone Bachelor of Science in Accounting degree. It's a 120 credit degree program. And the way our degree program is set up, we enable you to start taking graduate courses while you're still involved in the undergrad program and actually slide right into the master's program so that you can complete a master's degree in as little as 5 years and then have your 150 hours satisfied for taking the CPA exam. So that's one option that we have available to you as students coming into Towson. And these options are available whether you're coming in as a freshman or coming in as a transfer student. And one of the things that Megan can work with you on is helping you set your course schedule up so that you can work through that program on an accelerated basis, which is nice. We start you off at the introductory level. There are 2 introductory level accounting classes, financial and managerial. They are part of a set of 6 screening courses that you need to get through before you're actually admitted into the College of Business as a major. And then once you're admitted into the College of Business as a major, then you would take some of the intermediate level accounting courses and then be admitted to the accounting major. So it's what we call a screened major program. You'd go through 2 steps, the introductory step, and based on your GPA in those 6 courses, you'd move into the second step. Based on your GPA in those first accounting courses, then you'd be admitted to the major, and you'd move from the intermediate to the advanced into the elective courses. So it's a fairly rigorous, fairly complete program when it comes to the availability of courses and the things that we cover. As far as what our majors do once they leave Towson, and I'll invite any of the other panelists to jump in after I go through this list because it's certainly not exhaustive. A lot of our graduates go and take the CPA exam, become CPAs, and work in public accounting. You may even work in private accounting without a CPA, depending upon what you're doing. A lot of our students go into business and work within accounting departments in business where they may not need a CPA to do the work that they're assigned to do. An awful lot of our students will go into tax and financial planning, and many of our students go into investment and financial analysis. One of the nice things about accounting, again, as was mentioned earlier, is that it's a real good overview to business. Accounting is generally referred to as the language of business. And if you take a look at what an accountant will produce, a financial statement, an income statement, a balance sheet, and a cash flow statement, when you look at these outputs of the accounting process, it tells the story of what has happened with a business entity. So it's very interesting to learn about how the different stories lead to the different outcomes. That's one of the things that I enjoy about accounting. And I teach the financial statement analysis in addition to the principles level courses. I too will be teaching freshman level courses in the fall and will be assisting with the freshman year advising in my role as department chair. So I look forward to seeing you all in August as well. But I really enjoy looking at a financial statement and then tying it back to the story of what's happened to a company and how things have turned out well and where that company's doing well and where it has challenges and how you might develop strategies to improve that company's performance. So accounting is a really, really good substantive degree to have when it comes to launching into other aspects of business careers. So I'll invite any of the other panelists to jump in and add to that if there's a comment you have to make at this point.
Yes,
I did want to say that we have a question about the CPA and the additional benefits of getting one. So I wanted to make sure we did not overlook that.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that and add to what Dr. Esberg just said. Our students, a majority of them for Towson University as a whole, and definitely for accounting, come from Maryland, and then they stay in Maryland. So any of the accounting firms that you go to, or actually any business, whether it's a for-profit, not-for-profit, government that you go in Maryland, you will see our Towson graduates. So that's one of the really cool things about coming to Towson University, that when you interview for a job, there is a very high likelihood that the person interviewing you is going to be a Towson alum from our accounting program. And in terms of why you would need a CPA, what's the additional benefit? It's one of those degrees, certifications that is universally recognized, as in you go to any country and you say you're a CPA, they know what it means. And that kind of provides, it gives you an added layer of credibility. A Towson degree, an accounting degree where ACSB accredited is already a good thing to have. But if you're a CPA, it gives you that added layer and you can move anywhere and your marketability increases 1,000-fold if you're a CPA. And the other good thing about being a CPA is when you work as a CPA with an accounting firm, you get to audit other companies and you get to see how that company is operating. And it is really phenomenal to do that, because a lot of times we have students who come back and tell us that after they audited company X, they liked it so much, and that company in turn liked them so much that they got a job offer at the end of the audit, and they move on and branch off into something else. I think yesterday I mentioned that I had a student who started out knowing that he wanted to work for the Ravens. And so he decided to find who the auditor was, work for the auditor, and then join the Ravens. So the CPA is a really probably one of the best certifications in the business field. Within accounting, there are some more. You can get the CMA, there's a CFA. Steve can talk about some others in finance that we can get. So all of these are really good things to have. Once again, our degree program over here will qualify you to sit for the CPA exam. So if that is something you have in mind as an end goal, definitely our program will train you for that. You will meet all the educational requirements and you can sit for the exam. Steve, if you want to talk about the other exams, certifications that students can take.
Yes. So Dr. Rao has mentioned the CPA, the Certified Public Accountant. You can also look at a CMA, Certified Managerial Accountant, and Certified Internal Auditor designations in the accounting fields. The one designation that Dr. Rao, I think, referred to just now is the CFA, the Chartered Financial Analysts designation, which is really the high-end designation for anybody who wants to do investment analysis and valuation. And an accounting degree is an excellent platform from which to launch into the CFA. You have a variety of financial planning certificates out there. The one that we work with our finance department to prepare students for is the CFP, the Certified Financial Planner designation. And one of the things that we've done here within the College of Business is taken a look at a lot of these different certifications and kind of tested them to make sure that the certifications that we're preparing you for are the better of the certifications out there. There are about 12 different certifications for financial planning, And based on our research and experiences, the CFP is by far the best. So that's the one that we prepare our students for and recommend them for. In terms of the value of the CPA right now, we work with 32 companies who are members of our board of advisors for the accounting department. And Megan, you can add to this when I'm done. We have seen a significant increase in the number of companies that are coming to Towson looking for students to hire. Right now, on the current market, there is actually a shortage of students who are coming out of the undergraduate program who are CPA type qualified, who have accounting degrees. So finding a job right now, it's the jobs are finding you, that you're not finding the jobs. Megan, perhaps you can add some insights here since you work with a lot of these companies. And then one question we have for you all out there is how many of you are from Maryland and how many of you might be coming in from out of state? So if you could drop those into your chat space while Megan's adding to my answer, we'd enjoy seeing where you're from. Go ahead, Megan.
Sure. So, one of the things that comes out of my office, so I work in the Student Academic and Career Services office for the College of Business and Economics. And what's great is that is a unique office to our college. There aren't any other colleges on Towson's campus that has that sort of customized academic advising and career services resource. So that's a huge benefit to coming to Towson and our college. Because we have our own academic and career office, it allows us to set up our own networking events, our own career events. So several panelists have mentioned bringing our employers in. So every fall we do what we call our accounting open house, which is a large networking event specifically for our accounting majors. And Dr. Isberg mentioned we have 32 companies that serve on the board for the accounting department. However, our accounting open house sees upwards of 50 plus employers who are coming specifically to recruit our students. And it goes anywhere from small size firms to the big four. We have government agencies who come. So it's a really great event. I would venture to say that the majority of our accounting students find their internships, whether they're doing it to fulfill the required internship we have, or they're doing it just to grow their own professional careers. They find, we have great success coming from that particular event. In addition to the accounting open house, we also have career fairs specific for our business students, which we will often have accounting firms come to those as well. We do tabling in our building where we invite employers to come and just casually talk to students about the company, the opportunities they have. We also offer interviews. So if you go to one of our events and the employer chooses you as one of their interviewees, we set up accommodations to have that interview in our college. And then there's networking events that the student organizations do that our employers are very active in attending. In fact, I think we find that the student organizations can't accommodate all of the employers who want to participate in their weekly meetings, which is really great. So, I think the important message to take away is the employers that we work with and the employers who come to our events are very eager to work with and hire our Towson students. And I think that's a huge advantage. We've all worked very hard to build those relationships and, give our students the best, the best access to these employers. And so I think that's a really, really significant benefit.
And part of our curriculum will require every student to have an internship by the time they graduate. But as Megan referred to, many of our accounting students start their internship activities early on in their career. I know that many of our sophomore students have actually started with internships, and very often they will continue in those internship activities throughout their academic career, and very often will step out of the internship into a job with the same company. So that's very, very common, a commonplace occurrence with students in our department in particular. Yuki, I'm going to ask if you would comment a little bit on your class experiences, in particular, any experiences you've had working with companies as an intern or otherwise, if you could share with us on that.
Sure. So for the class at the beginning 2 years, we all take like principal classes, and through this class, you are able to just to figure out like which direction you want to go. And when you become junior, you take more major class or advanced class. So for me, I'm able to launch several internships, not only through the career fair, but also through the professor recommendation. So professors, they've been really helpful. And when you have class, when you have any questions, you are able to ask a professor. And there are many times the professor will offer you maybe an internship opportunity because they do have connection with other companies. So when I was sophomore year, I was able to do a tax internship at Cash Campaign of Maryland. It's actually one of the program at Towson University as well. So it's a pretty good start. And when I was junior year, I'm able to do a winter internship and a spring internship. And through the accounting open house, I'm able to get my summer internship in order to finish the internship classes. So Towson did offer lots of internship opportunities, and not only through the career fair, but also through like different organization or professor.
Yeah, I'd like to ask the participants too, please let us know whether you're going to be transferring in or whether you're going to be freshmen. Because what I'd like to do is ask Dr. Rao to talk a little bit about the freshman year experience. Dr. Rao is one of our freshman year advisors. So I'd like her to say a few words about what you can expect as you're coming into Towson as a freshman, and how that might differ from coming in as a transfer or and even coming into another university as a freshman, because I think we're fairly unique in terms of how we bring freshmen in. So Dr. Rao, if you'd say a few words about the freshman year program and what you do there and what we do there and what that's like for the students.
Sure. So I started out as a freshman advisor a few years ago, and it's basically academic advising. And I decided that I wanted to see my advisees more often because the program required that I should meet with them at least 2 times a semester, and I decided that wasn't enough. I obviously wanted more contact with my students, and I just tried to think if when I was a high school student and moved into college, I had no desire to meet with any professor. So I figured the only way I could get my students to come see me was if they were in my class. So that's how this started. But the students are registered. Once they register and come into Towson, when you fill out your interest form, if you say you'd like to be an accounting major, we automatically register you into my class, my Principles of a Financial Accounting class. So you will be seeing me 2 times a week for the class, and I'm also your academic advisor. But what really happens is everyone in the class is just like you. You're a freshman student who expressed interest in majoring in accounting. So the really cool thing now is you have a cohort, you start together. There's at least one class you're going to walk into where you don't have to worry about having a friend and knowing who you are, because I will be doing a variety of activities where you all will have to interact with each other. So none of you can hide. So that's the best and the worst thing that students have told me that have happened to them is they're forced to get to know each other. But I now have my, I have a few, now it's I think my 3rd batch that's graduating. And they've said that what was really good is they met people the first week at Towson. They're walking the stage with those people, and they're going to be friends forever. They're in the same profession. They took classes together. They even were in the same dorms. So a lot of it is really a bonding experience that wasn't really what I started out to do, set out to do, but that's how it has evolved. In this class, I will make you do a few things which are outside of the textbook experience. You have to attend that accounting open house Megan mentioned. So as a freshman, you're going to go and walk in where you're going to see all these employers. You're still a couple years from talking to them, but I want you to just go there to see what it is like. I make them make the students write a resume. We do a variety of things that students typically in their junior and senior year will do, but I make you start thinking about it as a freshman. So that's a really unique experience. And if I can manage to pull it off this year again, I'm going to have a professional accountant, someone from the field who is going to be a mentor. They're going to actually meet with you. And that has been a phenomenal success where I've gotten people who are partners at accounting firms that want to come and talk to you as someone who just came out of the high school program. They really, really want to meet you because you're going to work for them in a few years. So they want to get to know you. So as Dr. Isberg mentioned, you are in high demand as an accounting major. And I'd like you to get used to that idea and see how you can grow from the time you start in my class as a freshman, first semester freshman. So I kind of walk you through it, and I get really excited in the sophomore year or junior year when I see you back in my intermediate accounting class. And then as a senior, if you take my fraud and forensic class, which is an elective, it's really kind of nice to see my students, how they've grown over the years. So it's kind of a unique opportunity for me as a professor to interact with students in their freshman year, their sophomore year, and then their senior year again. Students who come in as transfer students, if you already have the accounting 201 and 202 courses under your belt, you will not be coming into my freshman class. You probably will, I'll see you in my intermediate class. So a little different over there, but the idea is no one is going to be left out. When you're in my freshman class, you are a part of a team, and I've enjoyed that experience, and I know all my students have enjoyed that experience too. And almost everyone has said they definitely know they want to be an accounting major once they go through my class.
So what will happen if you actually accept, if you've been admitted to Towson and you decide you want to come on board, and we'd love to see you, obviously. If you declare as an accounting major or an interest in an accounting major, then when you first come in to set up your first schedule with the university advisors, we have actually set aside 4 sections of a Principles of Accounting class. Dr. Rao will be teaching 2 of those, and I will be teaching the other 2. And those sections are set aside exclusively for the incoming accounting majors. So that's the group that Dr. Rao is talking about. So we will put you together into a principles class that consists of accounting majors. And as you walk through your 4 years here, there will be a number of different advisors that are going to come alongside you. Some of them are faculty advisors, and some of them are going to be, well, one of them will be Ms. Megan Bem, the professional development partner. So what I'd like Megan to do is if you could give us a short summary of what a student would expect in terms of advising beginnings of freshman and then going to sophomore, junior, and senior year, and how that the role of the faculty and the role that you play as a professional development partner would influence their career. That would be helpful.
Sure, absolutely. So as Dr. Rao, talked about, if you're coming in as a freshman, you go through your first year with your freshman year advisor and helping to orient you to the university, to the major, really just help you get acclimated to the university. It's a really important year for you. And then as you move into your sophomore year, that's when you'll start working more with most likely myself, but my department, the Student Academic and Career Services. And sophomore year is really where we focus on academics and making sure that you are set up long-term for what your degree will look like. If you are interested in adding another major, a minor, if you're interested in doing our accelerated bachelor's master's program, we really start to map out all of that during sophomore year. We also mark milestones, important milestones for you to meet. So one would be when you're admitted into the accounting major. We map that out so you can anticipate when you'll start moving into the upper level accounting courses. Once you start moving into junior year, we really start to push more on the career side. So spending junior year helping you to develop professionally. You'll take some courses in the major that will help you with professional development and interviewing skills, communication skills. But the college has different workshops that we offer to help you really develop that, how to do an elevator pitch, so that when you do go to these career fairs or when you do go to various networking events, how do you market yourself to the employers? So we really focus on that so that going into your senior year, if you haven't already, you'll have an internship, or if you haven't had an internship already, you'll be prepared to obtain one, as well as hopefully leaving Towson with a job. Along the way, you were also given a faculty advisor within the accounting department. So, you'll have your freshman year advisor, you'll have me, you'll have your faculty advisor. And I think the important message to leave with is you are not alone. There's always somebody within our college and the university, but specifically in our college, to help you. If you need to talk to somebody, you need a mentor, you have any sort of question, we're here. So you have somebody to walk along with you the whole way, which is really beneficial.
So one of the things I mentioned earlier, and this is another question that comes up very frequently, is what kind of involvement can I anticipate as a student? And so we have 3 student groups within the accounting program that are very, very actively involved with both what's going on at the university and what's going on in the business profession. So the 3 organizations are the Beta Alpha Psi, which is the Honor Society in Accounting. This is a group where you can become a member based on your degree of scholarship within the field, but their events are open to everyone. They meet once a week, and their weekly meetings typically will include a presentation by one of the local companies, talking about career readiness, talking about what those companies do, talking about technology, and how it affects what they do. You get a lot of practicing professionals who come in and talk about what their experiences were as they went from being a student to a new employee to a more experienced employee to a partner. So Beta Alpha Psi is the Honor Society. There's the TUSA, the Towson University Society of Accounting, another student organization that also meets once a week. They're engaged in both on and off campus service activities, and they too have meetings with professional speakers who come in. And we also have a very active National Association of Black Accountants chapter, NABA. Anyone can join. Their events are also weekly, and they bring a lot of speakers and are engaged in a lot of outside activities. So those are 3 opportunities that students have to network both with each other and with the faculty and with other business professionals. Those are very important aspects of your career. So Yushi, if you have any insights you can add as far as your experiences here as a student with the student organizations and what that's meant to you?
Sure. So I'm actually a controller at Beta Alpha Psi, and usually when we have the meeting, we will have the presenter to give a presentation. And I think this is a great opportunity because through this one, you are able to network with them, and also they will provide some information about like what job position is open, and sometimes they will offer scholarship. So you're able to apply for scholarship. And I'm also a member of National Black Accountants. So when we have the meeting, we also have presenter. And usually when we do the bonding events, In bid offer side, we will do the bonding events with other chapters. So in this way, you're able to meet more people. And although like for some, like in some meetings, if we don't have company to come up, we will have some CPA review, like such as Becker, to come to talk about like CPA exams and to introduce you to the basic knowledge of CPA.
So we're nearing the end of our session today. One of the things that I wanted to mention is that we're obviously meeting in a very highly technological setting here. Here we are in the middle of a coronavirus pandemic. And one of the things that we've been able to do at Towson University, because we have access to the technology, is we've been able to keep the educational mission of the school going. Students who are attending Towson University right now are attending classes online, and many of those online sessions are taking place just like we are doing now, where a professor comes in, goes into an online room using Zoom, using WebEx, using Blackboard Collaborate, will launch a screen much like the students will see on the screen in their classrooms, and hold a class session. One of the things we've been working very hard to do in the accounting department is to upgrade our curriculum to make sure that you have access to the latest business technologies that you'll be working with as professionals. So we're adding applications such as Tableau and Microsoft Power BI spreadsheets, so that by the time you get done with the major here at Towson, you'll be fully ready to hit the ground running when you become a business professional. You won't have to go in and learn how to use a lot of these computer applications. You'll be ready to go as far as those, the use. So we're about to the end of our scheduled time. I want to be respectful of people's time commitments. I'll ask the attendees if they have any final questions, and then we'll go around the room one more time to see if any of our participants have anything to add, and then we'll wind up. So Dr. Rao?
I definitely will say accounting is fun, and all my Towson accounting students have told me that they really enjoy being at Towson, and they've enjoyed their time at Towson, and it served them well. So I definitely would say you will not regret your decision of coming to Towson. It's going to be a fun experience. Megan?
I would just say I hope that we will see you here in August. Towson is really a great place to be. It's a large university, but it has a small feel campus. So you really get to know people, get involved, find a good home here. So I do hope that we'll see you all on campus, hopefully, come the fall semester.
Yuki?
Accounting is definitely a pretty good major, and really look forward to see you in fall semester.
Hey, Tammy?
So I wanted to say, I hope we answered all your questions here. If not, down in your chat, there's a tuaccounting@towson.edu email that comes directly to me. And I will be able to help direct you wherever you need to go. You are not alone. You've got a lot of support here. So good luck.
Okay, thank you, Tammy. I'd like to thank our participants today. I'd like to thank you attendees for coming. Again, let us know if you have any questions or anything we can help you with at tuaccounting@towson.edu. That'll come into Tammy. Tammy can forward it to me or Dr. Rao or whoever can answer your question. We really, really look forward to seeing you here in the fall. We're ready to go. We're going to be past the coronavirus issues and ready to see you face to face and continue the outstanding education that we're giving our current students. So best of success to you with the rest of your high school careers, and we'll look forward to seeing you when you become Towson Tigers in the fall.